Hello, hello. Welcome to day 17 of 21 Days to Magic. Just waiting for Facebook to hit on and go live. Hello, Facebook. All right, I am live. Okay, welcome to day 17. Today I'm going to be talking about approaching your business from the next level version of you. And if you've been tuning into this series, I've talked a lot about my journey as an online influencer, a journey as a network marketer, and then a journey as someone who has become a single mom, now running 2 businesses online, the second business being one that I created all on my own. Something I have not touched on in this series is when I created my second business, Next Level Magic, which is a mindset mentorship course. I teach spirituality, energetics, universal law, quantum physics, and I help other online influencers, network marketers, and entrepreneurs identify their truth and use spirituality, quantum physics, universal law to tap into their energy and make their businesses easier and more streamlined. I help them identify processes that aren't really serving their highest good anymore. I help them identify which practices are and live into those. So when I was creating my second business, I actually filled my first course ever. I actually filled it up before I even had created any of the content. So I had an intention, I set the intention, I knew exactly what I wanted my course to look like, I wanted it to feel like, I knew what problem I wanted to solve for my dream clients, right? And then I called my clients in first, filled out my first launch, had my first 10K launch ever, and then I actually created the content. Okay, so I served my clients from my higher self once they were already in the container. Now that is a more in-depth conversation and live training for most likely another series that I will be doing. But I wanted to talk today to those of you that have been tuning in that maybe already do network marketing, maybe are already an online influencer, affiliate, ambassador for a company, and have been really thinking about launching another business. And this can also be applied if you have one business as well. But I wanted to talk about approaching your business from the next level version of you. And the first thing that I'm going to cover on this is not to split your energy. When I started to see success with my second business, I started to approach both businesses differently. There was this old energy that I was placing towards my network marketing company, and it was this energy of this is how I've always done things, this is how you should do things, right? Because we have a pattern or a belief based on what we see other people achieving success in that network marketing company doing, and we assume that if it works for them, it's going to work for us too, right? And that's what I've been doing for so long. So when I would start to work my business, I would approach it with this old energy, right? Truthfully, I am one person, right? I am Jess Lynn. I am one person. So it doesn't make sense for me to split my energy to approach one business with an old energy while bringing in this new energy to my new business. Now, there's a few reasons why we do this, right? We've been living a certain way for the majority of our lives. So if this is something that you're applying to your everyday life, we've been living our lives a certain way for the last 20 plus years, right? I'm 29 years old. So there's patterns that I've established over the last 29 years that my subconscious has taken on as beliefs. So it takes time to reprogram them, right? Same thing with anyone that's been in network marketing for a long time. For me, it was a company that I've been with and I'm still with them, always will be with them, for at that point it was 5 years. So I had created these patterns based on past results, based on what I saw other people doing, right? And so for me, my mindset, my subconscious blueprint was, we have to do it this way to achieve a certain level of success, right? Now, I knew consciously that those things weren't serving my highest good, right? I knew that over here, I have this new business that I just launched that has no constraints, no rules, right? I'm the creator of this other business, so there's no rules, no constraints. It's my own. There's no goals to meet every single month other than the goals I place on myself, right? So there's no constriction energy over here in this new business. Where over here in my network marketing business that I had been a part of at that point for 5 years, there was a lot of constriction energy, right? If you want to be successful in this business, you should enroll this many coaches a month. If you want to be successful in this business, you should help this many clients a month. Now, that's just a shitty belief that we take on based on what we see other people doing. So I was approaching both businesses with this split energy, but I'm one person. So when I really identified what it was that I was doing and that I was splitting my energy, I had to ask myself, okay, how would Next Level Jess approach this business? What would Next Level Jess do? Does Next Level Jess have this mindset, this constriction energy around these things? And the answer to that was no. So ultimately I had to decide how I wanted to show up wholeheartedly as me and as the full version of me for both businesses where I could be of the most service to everyone on my platform, right? So to me, it was like, I'm going to show up as Next Level Jess on my social media, on my platforms, as me and the best, highest version of me. And I will call in my dream clients, whether it be for my network marketing company or whether it be for my mindset course, because people are paying for my energy. Okay, people can go and get the product that I sell over here anywhere. They can go online and find that product, right? What is it about my energy that serves my people the most? How do I tap into that? So number one is don't split your energy, especially if you are someone that is running 2 businesses, multiple businesses online. I truly believe in the power of multiple streams of revenue, right? We just never know what tomorrow is going to look like. So I'm always looking for new ways to create new portals of abundance and call them into my energetic space, right? So number one is don't split your energy. Number 2 is don't push your business up. Now, what I'm saying is from an energetic standpoint, okay? If you ascend, if you up level, right? So here's an example. I was approaching my business as I was Next Level Jess up here, and my business felt like it was down here, right? Because this business is something that I created. It's a portal of abundance that I created 6 years ago when I was at a much lower version of me, right? Whenever we start something, whenever we're new at something, we're going to suck at it, right? One of my favorite things to say is your second-rate work seen by the world is always going to be better than your most perfect work that goes unseen. Anytime we do something new, we're going to fucking suck at it, and we just have to embrace it. But when I started my network marketing company, I was in a place of desperation, right? Like I had to make it work. I was living below paycheck to paycheck. I was multiple thousands of dollars in debt. I had just come through one of the hardest times in my life. And I started that business from a completely different energy than I am now. And what I found myself doing was I was trying to, in 2019, I was trying to push my business up. Here I was as Next Level Jess trying to come down underneath to where I was in 2015, 2016 and push my business up. Now there's a lot of janky energy with that, right? Like here I am as my next level version of me trying to push an old version of me or an attachment to an old version of me up. That's not how it works. It's never going to work that way. It's going to feel forced. It's going to feel hustled. It's going to really burn out your energy. Everything that we do is energy. We are all energetic beings. So here I was, I'm over here selling out mindset courses, teaching spirituality and energetics. I could post a freaking story on my Instagram saying, hey, Next Level Magic, $999 for the next week. Anyone that wants to enroll, shoot me a message, and have 5 girls message me, and of those 5 people, at least 3 of them enroll and make $3,000 in a week. Super easy, right? Because there's no constriction energy over here. I'm approaching it as next level version of me, and those energies are in alignment, right? They're on the same frequency. Next level version of me, Next Level Jess, on the same frequency as Next Level Magic, right? So it makes sense that that was happening easy, that success was coming easy. But then I'm over here and I'm trying to push this business up that was birthed from a very old version of me. It doesn't work, right? So number 2 is don't push your business up. You always have to approach it at the same level. And on the same accord, don't feel like you can pull it up, right? Just as push energy, right, is a real thing, so is pull energy, right? You're still using a fuck ton of energy, right? It's so much easier just to exist on the same plane as something, right? Just existing, just being, already sounds and feels a lot easier than push it, pull it, right? So we also can't assume that we're going to come from the highest version of ourselves and try to pull our business up to meet us. What we want to do is, number one, not split the energy like I touched on in the beginning, but number two, let our energy raise it up for us. So start to approach that business as the next level version of you. What would the next level version of you do? Well, next level version of you isn't going to push anything up because that feels really forced, right? Next level version of you isn't going to pull anything up because that feels really hard, right? Next level you is going to do more of the shit that feels easy, that feels good, and you're going to exist in the same frequency of it. And once I identified what I was doing and that I was splitting my energy, and I said, you know what? People are going to come to Jess Lynn because they want Jess Lynn's energy, and they can get this anywhere, they can get that anywhere, but they want me. So how do I show up wholeheartedly as me? How do I show up in a way that feels authentic and true and good to me? And once I tapped into that, everything changed. The numbers started happening easier. I stopped placing less expectations on things, right? So I had a lot of expectation energy over here in this network marketing business because that's how I lived most of my life as an online entrepreneur, where over here there was no expectation energy, right? And so when I identified not to split my energy, not to push my business up, not to pull it up, but to let my energy raise them both up as a whole and just to exist on both of those energetic planes, life became a lot easier. And now a couple other things that I wanted to touch on before I close out this video. I have another live training that I am going to be on at 12:30. So I want to make sure that I'm driving this point home clear to you guys, is also identifying what type of energy that we are holding within ourselves, okay? I think that sometimes we have this perception that, and I know that there's often times where I teach it this way, that hustle is bad. And there are times in our lives where hustle is going to serve us, and there are times in our life where flow is going to serve us, right? Just like there's going to be times in our life where we are going to have that push-pull energy, and it is going to serve us, right? Nothing is ever good or bad. It's always just showing us things that need to be healed, things that need to be taught, what sort of energy that we need to live into. Hey, Lindsay. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Susan. Thank you guys for tuning in. Oh, girl, I'm so glad that you needed it. So I wanted to touch on real quick about the difference between masculine energy and the difference between feminine energy, and identifying what we're feeling and when, and how we can use it to serve our highest good. So masculine energy is that Gary V energy. Masculine energy is that you have to do more to be more. I'm going to invite everyone to this opportunity. I'm going to follow up with everyone. I'm going to show the fuck up to the masses every single day, all day, every day, right? And it's kind of like I have a lot of masculine energy when it comes to my business. I'm an Aries, I'm a fire sign, so it just makes sense. I'm an Enneagram 3, so that also makes sense, right? I'm very like go, 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 right? Because I'm the type of person in my mind where I have to be the best in the room. Every room that I walk in, I have to be the best, and I will make up a story about every single person in the room, and I will figure out a way to make myself the best person in the room. And guys, every fucking person does that. And if you're watching this video and you think that you don't do it, every single person does it, especially if you're a 3 and especially if you're a 7. Okay, so don't judge me because I'm not judging myself for it, all right? But a lot of us as entrepreneurs have 4 seasons of our business, right? Just like we have 4 seasons of our business, there's 4 seasons of the world around us, right? There's 4 seasons of our lives. And at any given point, we can be in a different season. Every single year, I always find that first quarter and fourth quarter, I tap into a lot of masculine energy, because that's kind of like, the beginning of the year is the first quarter where you like want to get a head start on everything. Everyone's fired up. Everyone on your team is fired up, right? So that's when the masculine energy serves you. If it feels good, if the hustle, if the massive action feels good, you do it and you live into that. And that's when that push-pull energy will really serve you, right? Same as fourth quarter, right? Everyone's fired up. They're ready to hit their goals. They want to crush their goals for the year. Let's fucking go, right? That energy will serve you. Living into that Gary V masculine hustle energy will serve you. And it's a good thing. There's nothing bad about hustle energy unless you make it bad, unless it burns you out. On the opposite is the feminine energy, right? And this is the flow energy. And this is the state that I've been in, right? I think very many people have been in this. There's a lot of moms that are online influencers, that are full-time network marketers, that are used to maybe bringing their little one to a babysitter. Maybe they have a nanny, and because of COVID-19, they weren't able to do that. So now they're trying to work their business in pockets of time. And a lot of us, and I used to do this, get frustrated, right? When we try to do something and then you have your kid pulling at your leg, or you're trying to do something and then something interrupts you and you can't do the thing that you wanted to do, right? Everything is always showing us what we need to be what we need to work on, what needs to be healed. So identifying that when those situations arise, when maybe something unexpected arises, that it's okay. We flow with it, right? That's the feminine energy. So right now, identifying that, you know, a lot of shit is unexpected. A lot of stuff isn't what I thought it was going to be like. What is it teaching me? How can I grow from this? How can I learn from this? And then thanking it and going with the flow. That's where that statement comes from, right? That's where that saying comes from, going with the flow, right? So, and that's like that Rachel Hollis, like feel good energy, right? That's your feminine divine energy, that meditation, you know, just rolling with the punches. And that's the state that my business has been in this quarter, and that's okay, and I'm embracing it. And guess what? I have seen just as much success, if not more, in my feminine state than I did in quarter one in my masculine state. We just have to identify what it is that it's showing us and when we need to tap into it and maybe when we need to pull back, okay? And that's a lot of what I do as a coach, as a mentor, especially when it comes to spirituality and energetics and quantum physics. So that is what I have for you guys today. If you have any questions, just feel free to drop them in the replay. I'll get it uploaded to my IGTV and added to my stories. If you are not on my email list, make sure you hop on that. Just shoot me a message with your email. I will get you added to the list, and you will get daily prompts and coursework to go with the series. I hope you have been enjoying it up until this point. I am so grateful for you guys, and I hope that you have an incredible, incredible hump day.